Welcome to today's podcast where we'll explore the concept of active learning, a powerful approach to gaining knowledge and skills that truly stick. Are you tired of passively absorbing information without seeing real results? Active learning puts you in control of your education, engaging your mind and maximizing your potential. In this episode, we'll discuss what active learning is, why it's so effective, and how you can incorporate it into your daily life to achieve better outcomes. Let's dive in and unlock the secrets to learning smarter, not harder. Introduction. The future is not only important for you, but also for generations to come. That's why being able to draw well-founded conclusions has become a necessity to survive in an ever-changing world. In a world where smart technology is poised to take over many jobs and skills traditionally performed by humans, a very pressing question arises. How will you and your grandchildren lead a meaningful life in the midst of this technological revolution? The main proposed answer to this question is active learning. This term is defined as the human ability to continuously learn, unlearn and relearn in order to adapt to the pace of change. This way of learning requires dynamic practice. Active learning transcends the ordinary and demands a radical new way of being and a radical new way of working. It reminds us of the necessity to thrive in the face of automation, emphasizing tasks that technology cannot skillfully perform, such as exploring the unknown, critical thinking, decision-making in uncertain environments, and meaningful human connections. At the heart of this paradigm shift is the concept of reinventing oneself over and over again. As futurist Yuval Noah Harari emphasizes, active learning requires a sustained commitment to learning, adapting and maintaining mental balance in unfamiliar situations. Harari's argument challenges the traditional belief that basic learning occurs predominantly in the first few decades of life. Instead, he argues that a lifelong commitment to learning is essential to maintain cognitive, moral, emotional, and behavioral excellence in the digital age. Achieving inner peace. Inner peace is the cornerstone of active learning. Achieving inner peace, a state of inner stillness and calmness, is considered a precursor to active learning, drawing on both scientific principles and ancient philosophical ideas. Its foundation is the development of four key elements. Silent ego. It plays a key role in active learning because it enables open-mindedness, reflective listening. It also brings with it the ability to absorb new information, connect emotionally with others, and collaborate. The quiet mind. In short, it is a non-competitive mind. Tries to perceive the world as it is, not as we personally want it to be, and focuses only on being present in the moment of perception. The silent body. It is a body at peace with itself. It functions calmly and smoothly. It is not tense, stressed, anxious, or in a state of suffering. Positive emotional state. In this stage, you are better able to learn and be creative and have more positive interactions with other people. This state of positivity is also associated with better problem solving, better recall of neutral or positive stimuli, and a lowering of ego defenses. Collectively, these components enable individuals to approach the world with an open, non-judgmental, and fearless mindset, and for many people constitute an important aspect of personal transformation. Developing inner peace requires improved management of thoughts, behaviors, and emotions, which increases one's open-mindedness and awareness. It also generates a willingness to consider alternative perspectives when interacting with the outside. Subscribe to DeepL Pro to edit this document. Visit www.deepl.com/pro for more information. World and fills one with the desire to improve one's mental models for this purpose. Inner peace acts as a powerful mechanism for alleviating obstacles to learning, especially ego and fear, creating an active learning mindset behaviors. It serves as the outward expression of individuals' priorities and intentions in the world. However, creating change in behavior often requires a prior transformation in mindset, which can be likened to an internal narrative that shapes one's identity and perception of the world. Before embarking on the learning journey, it is imperative to create the appropriate mindset, a personal narrative that rationalizes the need for change. Many ancient and modern philosophers, psychologists, social scientists, and scholars have put forward views that provide the the foundations for the mindset necessary to enable learning. Carol Dweck distinguishes between a fixed mindset, in which intelligence is seen as innate and immutable, and a growth mindset which suggests that intelligence can be developed through learning and effort. For her, the flexibility of the mind creates an environment of continuous, active learning for everyone and creates its own potential for growth. Catherine Ludwig presents the new smart mindset. It is a mindset that challenges the traditional intelligence linked to academic success and avoiding mistakes. Instead, it advocates qualities such as open-mindedness, reflective listening, collaboration, and adaptability. In this digital age where machines excel at using information, it emphasizes the development of people's ability to think creatively, innovatively, and critically in situations of uncertain or limited data. Susan Sweeney and Marvin Riley's story of personal transformation. The story of Susan Sweeney and Marvin Riley is the story of the perspectives of two senior executives who embraced the new way of being and working. Each executive has a unique journey. Each has a different mindset, behavior, and practice. The experiences of Susan Sweeney, president of an Enpro Industries subsidiary, serve as a focal point. Susan emphasizes the need for practices such as reflection, daily meditation, gratitude, and seeking learning opportunities. At the heart of her story are the challenges she faced as a woman taking a leadership role in a traditional, male-dominated industry. Susan's transformation includes shifting from command and control leadership to a servant leadership approach and embracing the power of storytelling to build trust. Reflection and embracing the discomfort that results from that reflection is essential for personal and professional growth. Susan Sweeney recognizes this and advocates creating a KIPP-centered culture, integrating learning into meetings, and fostering an environment of gratitude. In particular, she emphasizes the use of the word love in the workplace and the importance of communicating the implied expressions of support behind it. On the other hand, Marvin Riley, Chief Executive Officer of Enpro Industries, comes from an impressive professional background, having served as an executive at General Motors before joining Enpro. What sets Marvin's story apart is the openness and vulnerability with which he shares his journey. Marvin's early life was characterized by challenging circumstances that shaped his mental models and influenced his daily mantras. He had a relentless pursuit of success as a way to escape the challenges he faced in his current environment. Although he set records in high school and university, he was not satisfied. Despite his accomplishments, he continued to work with a survival mindset. Graduating and entering the workforce, Marvin's intense work ethic and lack of empathy were rewarded with promotions. But a sudden realization during the financial crisis prompted him to reevaluate his approach to leadership. As Marvin walked around Paris, he slowly began to realize that he was surrounded by like-minded people like himself. This realization was just the beginning of a journey that involved introspection, meditation, and deliberate exposure to different perspectives. Recognizing the dissonance between his leadership style and his parents' values, Marvin decided to change. His goal was to create an ideal workplace that fostered positivity, psychological safety, and collaboration. This effort involved continuous self-improvement, combining daily practices such as exercise, meditation, and journaling. Marvin's growth went beyond the workplace. He was now able to show his vulnerability and authenticity in his personal and professional life without hiding it. His commitment to love and purpose enriched his life by expanding his circle to include different perspectives. Recognizing the enduring wisdom in his parents' teachings, Marvin saw the profound impact of leading with love and kindness in every situation. Humanizing the workplace. To excel as an active learner, one must not only embrace the new way of being, but also operate in a work environment that enables active learning. The digital age has now necessitated this shift. A humanistic, emotionally safe, and positive work environment where individuals can fully engage cognitively, emotionally, and behaviorally is no longer an option but a necessity. Gallup's latest research reveals that a staggering 85% of global workers are disengaged from their jobs, which demonstrates the urgency of change. Because active learning only thrives in meritocracies of ideas that foster environments free from the inhibitors of ego and fear that minimize internal competition, elitism, political games, hierarchy, and a survival of the fittest mentality. In contrast to the prevailing organizational paradigm that resembles anti-emotional machines, the digital age requires a redefinition of managing others, moving away from command/control methods. As tasks that require predictability and standardized results become automated, human tasks that require innovation, creativity, and emotional engagement require a different approach. Departments that focus on humanizing the workplace, building engaged and trusting teams, creating high-quality and meaningful communication, and adopting hyper-learning practices are essential for survival in this new world. Change also means a reorganization of leadership, and the transformed work system now craves an environment of care, compassion, and emotional positivity, because in the age of learning, these important factors are the new rules for human development, creating teams that care and inspire trust. In the digital age, optimal human performance emerges from the concept of a caring and trusting team. Extensive research shows that human performance is achieved in teams characterized by a common purpose and values, where members deeply care, compassion, and trust each other as unique individuals. This trust encompasses a collective commitment to personal growth and achievement and the belief that no team member will do harm. This type of team fosters an environment that encourages candor, mutual respect, exploration, meaningful conversations, and open dialogue. This is necessary to reduce ego and fear, which are significant inhibitors of learning. Within a caring, trusting team, individuals bring their best self to discussions, allowing for the highest level of human reflection. This inclusive environment encourages the creativity, imagination, and unique human value of each team member to contribute to meaningful and purposeful work. Quality speaking and making meaningful conversations. What is clear from all the reviews so far is that at the heart of the active learning process is the critical concept of meaning-making. Starting from our earliest days as hunter-gatherers, the act of creating meaning has historical roots as far back as our social dialogues around the fire. From then on, we try to learn and understand the conversations shared with us by putting them into a coherence of meaning. The high-quality, meaningful conversations required for active learning, which go beyond advocacy, self-promotion, and competition, revolve around mutual understanding. This method of quality communication is about trying to understand others while trying to be understood by them. This kind of dialogue is effective in discovering and resolving misunderstandings and differences, thus illuminating the true purposes of meetings or conversations. When conducted within the framework of engaged and trusting teams, high-quality, meaningful conversations, it has the potential to create collective flow, the pinnacle of team engagement. It reflects an emotionally integrated group that transcends fear and self-centeredness, fully immersed in a common task. Within this collective flow, individual strengths synergize to foster awe-inspiring participation, innovation, creativity, critical thinking, and problem-solving. In other words, a magical convergence of hearts and minds in harmonious interaction. Enpro Industries, ensuring the full realization of human possibilities. Enpro Industries, a global engineering-based custom component manufacturing company, sets an example in the implementation of new ways of working. Enpro embraces a dual results philosophy that places equal emphasis on human development and financial performance. This approach is driven by the belief that personal development leads to excellence, which in turn leads to superior financial results. The philosophy of human development is embedded in everyday behavior, supported by a training system that encourages mutual teaching and learning. Enpro's commitment to this philosophy is vividly demonstrated in its values, corporate mindset, highlighted behaviors, and a comprehensive set of 25 company practices. Enpro's striving to ensure the full unlocking of human potential while achieving financial excellence demonstrates how it is able to actively utilize this philosophy of dual profitability. Adam Hansen's story of personal transformation. Adam Hansen graduated with an MBA from Indiana University and has extensive experience as a product development manager and director of new brands at Mars. After working as an innovation consultant for 10 years, he went on to become Chief Innovation Officer and Vice President at Ideas to Go Incorporated. He is also the author of Use Your Instincts Wisely: How a Behavioral Innovation Approach Moves Your Company Forward. In telling his story, Adam Hansen emphasizes his journey to Ikigai. In the most basic terms, Ikigai is the renewing nature of self-discovery and continuous improvement. Hansen describes how his deep love for innovation, developed over decades of exploration and learning, turned into lasting career satisfaction. He emphasizes that everyone should embark on the Ikigai journey, just as he did. Throughout his professional development, Hansen has been aware of mindsets and behaviors that enable innovation. In his own story, he advocates embracing uncertainty, valuing questions, and finding a balance between validity and reliability. He proposes the concept of enough, emphasizing that expecting perfection can hinder progress. He envisions a society where individuals driven by passion and purpose continue to make meaningful contributions throughout their lives. His personal and professional journey is an inspiring testament to the satisfaction derived from aligning his career with passion, expertise, societal need, and fair remuneration. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of active learning. Remember, the key to true learning lies in engagement, curiosity, and consistent practice. Start applying these strategies today, whether it's through questioning, reflecting, or experimenting, and watch how your skills and understanding grow. If you found this episode helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others who are eager to enhance their learning journey. Let's continue to grow and achieve together. Until next time, keep learning actively and reaching for your full potential.